treating all the small businesses with that higher payroll tax. Make it look like a real big fat cat in the president's seat. You know, that just makes me sick. He crushed out his cigarette, smashing it under the desk, and takes a little drag from another. 4 p.m. Central. Jailer is resting in his dorm room, laid low by muscle aches, stomach cramps, and diarrhea. His Aunt Donna brought by some rice and some Sprite and some saltine crackers to help settle his stomach. 8 p.m. Eastern. In Washington, D.C., Jim and Betsy make their way into the East Room of the White House. Beef rigatoni was being served with champagne. Also, there were chewy chocolate chip cookies. Obviously, absent was Associate Attorney General Webster Hubbell and his wife. Betsy bumps into White House Social Secretary Ann Stock. They would become fast friends that evening and would meet each other often in the White House and also later in life. When Mrs. Stock left the White House in 1997. March 9.
Playing from Galaxy S20 5G.
Okay, March 9th. 7:35 a.m. Eastern. As Jim drives to the Small Business Administration, Claude gets a phone call from Martin Madison. "Gateau," Martin said. "Martin, you know, I'm not ready to sign the contracts yet," Claude said. "My wife's with you." "I know. She wanted to see Jim swearing in." "Bring her back soon." "Yes, sir. I'm going home in a few days." 8:20 a.m. Eastern. Claude walks into the U.S. Small Business Administration in Washington, D.C. He makes his way up to the 5th floor and goes into Jim's office. "Hey, nice place you got here," Claude said. "Oh yeah, bet it's nice. And very easy. This ain't all my place. This is my country's place." "Relax. I can see you're on edge." "Yeah, you bet. When my mama shows up at my swearing in and after the launch spills beans about what's going on in my dang ranch." "I get the point." "Glad you get the point. Just feel like I'm an a-hole. I made my money, and I just want to serve my country." "Listen, you made it. You are... Listen, you made it. You are something. You are the Catfish King. And if your mama gets a free name, wants to act up, that's her problem." "Yeah, you tell me. But I also hear my son has got some kind of illness. And yet he's walking in right now to his midterm exam. Be honest, it's not your fault things are breaking down at home. I'm supposed to be the hero of the family. get in and out of their crud. Yeah, but you're up in Washington, D.C. Therefore, the problem to solve is theirs, not yours. I'll just call Tom. See if he can solve some of that crud down there. Whoa! Hey there, fellas, what's up? Erskine Bowles says, walking in. Come in, Jim said. Listen. This is your first job. We have a little problem. Capital funding thing. I need you and your office to investigate. Talking about networks. Something similar about interface with the World Wide Web. Wide Web. Some company that says it's going to be the next AOL. This sounds like a heck of a portfolio. Yeah, you need some pretty standard routing projects. Broadcasts, backgrounders, backsheets, data news gathering. Gathering the data. It's going to involve a couple of folks. My friend Claude knows what I did about data. You got to work, Jim. I'll see you here around lunchtime, Claude said. 8:25 a.m. Jim walks out from his speech midterm and calls the Center for Public Affairs, saying that he can't make it today. With diarrhea, nausea, and stomach cramps, he decides he has to miss Spanish class and return back to his dorm to rest. 9:30 a.m. Central. Captain McDonald walks into JR's room after finishing his midterms. What's happened? I figured you'd be dressed and getting ready to go to Spanish class, Kevin said. I feel the crud. Diarrhea, nausea, fever. Stay here in bed. I'll call your Aunt Donna when I get back from my 10 a.m. class. 10:45 a.m. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Elizabeth is watching The Price is Right. Kyle has taken the cattle for auction in Colorado City tomorrow. She would be flying out to El Paso to be with her son, Thomas, to get ready for the cruise to go to Mexico. To her, the house feels empty, with Jim and Betsy gone, except for Christine and her governess. But she also knows that the ranch is hers, and that when JR comes home on weekends, he can party with whoever he wants. 12:25 p.m. is Eastern. Jim walks out into the executive break room and is greeted by Claude. Welcome to D.C., Jim said. I got you some lunch, Claude said. Got some boudin from Po' Boys. You sure know where to go? Got some shrimpies in there too. Attention to the details, gentlemen, Jeff said. Okay. We got some information about the new internet company. It's called COMPS. It's based in Shreveport, Claude said. In between bites of Boudin. Yes, Jeff said. Anyway, the conference over there is going to be on Friday. So be prepared. Now, I spoke to your guy, Thomas. I spoke to your guy, Thomas. He says he's going to help you gather the facts and data, but you'll have to source it somehow. Press sources are going to be NRS, CBN, CBS, USA. The information should be straightforward, and all data will be handed over to them the day before the conference, 12:35 p.m. JR is resting in his dorm room when his dorm phone rings. It's his dad. Dad? JR said. I hear you're feeling sick, Jim said. I'm sure I'll be alright, Jim said. That's not what I hear. I'm calling Donna and Carl. Nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. You stay safe. We'll get you a good ambulance. You need to go see the doc. I'm sure they're mild symptoms. They're not mild symptoms. You passed out in the congressman's office with that 5 years ago. Goodbye, Daddy. I'll be fine. 1:10 p.m. Central. JR walks out of the dorm hallway to get ready to walk to the Center for Public Affairs when he collapses. Rima Jacobson, the disability services lady, was there, but did nothing. But JR's Aunt Donna showed up. Can we give him some pillows to prop him up? I gotta call 911, Donna said. And you, Miss Jacobson, why are you just sitting there? He has a powerful father. He's not my problem anymore, Jacobson said. The ambulance arrives along with Texas Tech Health Services medic Kieran Hagenson. Intestinal infection caused by food poisoning. His doctor of record is affiliated with St. Mary's Hospital. David John, the paramedic, spoke up. Okay, let's get him there. 1:25 p.m. JR is wheeled into the St. Mary's emergency room, into a specialty room. 24-year-old patient fainted but conscious, suffering from nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and stomach cramps, paramedic said. That's my patient, Demetrius Nelson said. It's J.R. Hendrick, Jim Hendrick's son. 50 cc's of buvoxetine and antidiarrheal matter, a nurse said. J.R. said, we need to get you admitted for a couple of days for tests and observation, Dr. Nelson said. You got someone with you? Yes, I'm his Aunt Donna Hendrick.